And this crowd is erupting, Watling.
And what a goal by Becerro. And Broman really a great job. Really.
I'm Jake Piacenti. I was the director / co-producer for Whiteout. I mean, I was thinking about hockey as a whole since the summer. So when we found out that Whiteout was going to be in the first semester, I really got to thinking what we wanted to do, what the level of production that I actually wanted to get out of it. So in terms of actually starting the rundown and starting that process, it was about a 4-week project. So seeing it from when we actually started thinking about just the basics to what we actually put out on air, that whole process took probably about 4 weeks to do. I knew I wanted to have them sit low on the bleachers and have a nice blown out background with the seats behind them. And we did it very simple. We had one backlight and we had one fill light. It's a very simple setup, but it looked fantastic. I had Chris and Pablo come down and help me out with that as well. We had 2 cameras. We had the main camera in front. It was a tight bust shot for the most part. And then we had like an off-angle tight shot, more just for cutaways when they slurred on their words or something like that. We can cut away from it. So that was very beneficial. But everything from, even just from that point, was very, very planned out, and everything is exactly how we wanted it throughout the entire process of shooting, editing. Everything was very precise, and it was pre-planned before we even did it. Nothing that we did for this game was, we didn't wing anything for this game, which was something that I'm very proud to say. That everything was very planned out. Everything was planned out, and it went the way that we wanted it to.
So it was a big game, so we wanted the production to be just as big. We were already putting mics on the ice, which gives it a more natural sound. It actually sounds like you're at the game when you're actually sitting at home watching it on your laptop or TV. And we would set up mics at each camera station, so it would sound, you'd get crowd sound. So like the students cheering, parents yelling like, "Yeah, Jimmy." The cameras that we have camera 1, which is kind of off center, camera 2, which is our game camera, camera 3, which is a high pedestal that is also off center. And then we have 4 and 5, which are 2 corner cams, which is nice for when the action comes to the corner and they're getting hit, and you have the crowd mic right there, so you get the sound, and it just sounds and looks very nice. We added 3 more cameras, which were our wireless camera, the Bolt, so we can do a lot of live hits, recorded hits, and it just adds another element where you can get shots that you can't get on any other camera. Our 7th camera was our perch one, which was for the intermission where our host and analyst would talk, and we just kind of left that up there because there was no need to move it. And then our 8th camera was, we could never do it before, but we finally got the 8th camera where you can shoot our actual bench, because for the broadcast, we were able to shoot it face on rather than just camera 2 looking down or camera 3 kind of getting the side of Coach Gosek's face. But we were actually able to get him, and we were able to get him to emote and all of this, and it was great to utilize, and it was kind of like a second game cam, but you can kind of like make it a little bit tighter, and it doesn't have the restrictions of it being off center. So it was nice to kind of get slightly tighter shots, and it looks nicer, and also you can just get better shots.
Last week we weren't having problems with the cameras.
So unless Josh touched it yesterday.
You see 7? Yeah, that's what.
Can you move it?
That doesn't make sense because they use that for Media Summit.
It's working now. We just don't have 8, but at the moment, I can't be bothered to care at the moment. I'm way too stressed.
On the other profile.
What, really? We're trying to fix something.
Yeah, so it's, wow.
Yo, we fixed it. Sick.
What do we do?
So my name is Josh Wolfith. For Whiteout, I was a field producer, and I'm the Vice President of Operations for WTOP-10. And I also made the Whiteout hype video for the internship that Jake and I do for the hockey team.
Everything seems to be very straightforward. We're going to start with the opening shot. Then the Purge is going to throw it to Nick Ketter. He's going to do an interview with Lee Borelli.
Think of today as a high caliber dress rehearsal, because tomorrow will be at a factor of like 10x. So, you know, the idea is enjoy the moment, but stay in the moment. Don't be one of those guys that comes running out of the tunnel and like can't play for the first 6 downs because he's all amped, right? This is going to be exciting. Don't try to make it more than it is. Let the story and the game come to you, because it will.
Yeah, man, oh man, it is going to be crazy. You're going to be seeing everyone in their whiteout shirts. It's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah, and even covering the first game of Whiteout is just a big, honor for me at least. Doing this is exciting for me because I'm just doing this for the first time, but also seeing the energy that we're going to see in a little bit. I'm going to be a part of it again, which is going to be fun.
5, 4, with music up, 2, 1. Roll it up here with music.
It's hockey night in Oswego. Welcome to the 13th annual Whiteout Weekend. Tonight in the Marano Campus Center Arena.
And the Whiteout Weekend 2018 has started.
By Campbell, doesn't burn it this time as he gets it back. Neutral zone pass finds Gillespie. Nenegal trying to.
Gillespie. Zyzek shoots. He scores! Josh Zyzek on the power play. Oswego takes the lead. Yeah, and that's the second time Zyzek has scored on the power play, and the second time they used that backdoor pass. I mean, they're really forcing it to him 2 or 3 times.
3, 2, 1, take 5.
Oswego victorious over Potsdam on Hockey Night in Oswego.
Stuff should be a little bit smoother tomorrow, but I thought all the elements that we wanted to add, and it looked great, so I was really happy with today. Let's come in tomorrow, looking to bang this one out of the park. Most of you will talent-wise and some engineering, crew call 9 a.m.
So like right here, these are the lines. Like for plastering, that's what they said.
Because this wasn't Hockey Night in Oswego, this was Whiteout. So I agreed to build him the logo in the limited time I had, and that day that I was assigned the job, that night I just started sketching. I did a few sketches here and there. I looked through what other logos there were, because Jake showed me the hockey classic logos. So I took a lot of inspiration from there, especially the font and the look, because they look very nice and clean. So then I just kept sketching. I was in class, and at that point I didn't care. We were just reviewing. I'm the logo's more important for me right now. I came up to 2 final sketches, and from then on I finally picked that one that I actually really did like. And while building the sketches, one thing I noticed from the other logos was that whatever city the game was going on, the classic was going on, they had a monument from that city. So I wanted to incorporate that same a monument in our logo as well. So we were it went I didn't know what monument would represent Oswego. And I remember there was a lighthouse, and I remember there's also the big smoking factory too. So after thinking back and forth, I decided to go with the, I gotta say this right. I decided to go with the lighthouse.
It's my senior year Whiteout, so I feel like I'm just gonna be trying to drink in the atmosphere, and I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
If you want to screw these antennas onto this thing,
Yep.
don't lift it anywhere above this thing.
Don't move it back to the arena. Yeah, thank you. First broadcast with 8 cameras. So.
Yep, that's it. Yep.
Did you just take the multi-view off, or?
Yeah. There it is. Or being a fan, and I think that seeing all the fans and the community members kind of come together and just kind of cheer on one team, whether they're from Plattsburgh or Oswego, I think that's going to be something that's going to be really cool to see, and the fact that we at WTOP get to put on a product that people at home can watch, hundreds of people can watch at home, I think it's a real honor.
Welcome to Whiteout, the big event. Have a round of applause for everybody. Very exciting stuff. So, this is pretty hefty. There's a lot of stuff going on today. We have an hour pregame show. Most of it's kind of done. We have like 30% of it done. So, whether or not it goes well, I'm really happy with what we've done in terms of preparation for this day. I think all you guys are going to have a great time. This is probably one of the most important things, but one of the best things you guys will probably do here during doing WTOP stuff. So.
Feel that? It's because it's real. I walked in, I'm like, holy crap. Remember, the arena is going to be about 100 times more. So when we talk about game face, we talk about headsets. They never come off your head. Okay? You got to take care of your shit. You know where you are. You know what you're supposed to do. Just pay attention to the small stuff. There's going to be people. It's going to be a lot louder. There's going to be things happening. Just focus on your job. But really, most importantly, you're right. This is the big time.
You're watching Whiteout on WTOP-10 TV, your television.
It's that time of year again. The snow is falling. The holidays are right around the corner. But the best gift of all, Whiteout in Oswego. Welcome to the special 1-hour pregame coverage of Whiteout in Oswego.
We are live here at the Marano Campus Center.
The fact that every seat in the crowd was taken. That was really the most exciting thing. You got everybody waving their towels around. You hear the excitement, and even when I was calling the game and I called a goal scored, you got everyone so excited. So to me, that was the best part.
But swung over, Isaac 2-on-1, makes a good move, swings it over the block, and he's able to score! Oh, baby! Look at that! Josh LeBlanc, the 5'10" freshman from Inverry, Ontario, and the Oswego State Lakers are now up by a score of 2-0. So I'll give you a great goal by Josh LeBlanc. It's just very special. Your last call, the fact that Oswego is able to win it, it's really special, and it's a great way to come away with a victory.
8 years? I don't even know. And I can honestly say I've had some favorite classes, as you know. Things sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. I will tell you right now, this group, end to end, without question, in terms of commitment, in terms of creativity, in terms of execution, in terms of every freaking thing you do, by far the best, by far. My phone is full of guys who used to think they had the best class, they had the best game. No question. I mean, honestly, this is the best broadcast that's been done in this building, without question. And you're right. Everybody can take credit for this.
People saying that it being the greatest broadcast in Marano campus history is something that I'm really proud to be a part of. Just being one of the vice presidents of the station and being a part of the crew, just hearing that from alumni and hearing that from just anyone, I think that's just really awesome to get from, especially because we are student run and we are still learning. Just getting all that positive feedback was amazing and was really reassuring. So it's awesome.
I was just so excited. I mean, after the game, I wanted to do another one. I thought, like, just the rush, the adrenaline that was throughout the entire game was, you can kind of feel the energy that the fans and the players had back in the press box. And when it was over, I was like, we nailed this. And seeing everyone else, all the other towns, all the other crew positions, and just knowing that we all just did such a great job, it was such an awesome feeling.
I knew it was going to be a fantastic broadcast from the beginning, just because of all the work and all the hard work, all the steps that we took, and all of the late nights that we had, like all of the extra stuff that we did leading up to this broadcast for Whiteout and for hockey and for everything this whole semester. I knew that it was going to be a fantastic broadcast, and it really was a fantastic broadcast, and I was like so happy to be a part of it and be like one of the people that helped make it happen.
Favorite thing about producing Whiteout is that
this is really your chance to leave a mark, like throughout your college career. Whiteout's one of the biggest games. It's one of the things that a lot of alumni know about, that a lot of alumni watch. So getting a chance to really make it your own is something that's pretty special.
Everything. There's nothing like it. You know, college is a strange place where you have opportunities that you might not get out in the real world, and it's just one of those things you really have to take it for what it's worth, you know.